What's going on, everybody? C4, welcome back to the channel. Today we're for episode 19 of our Vancouver Grizzlies modded franchise mode here on PC, and it's Pink Slips, baby. And we are here for a nice doubleheader. We have week 15 against the Colts, week 16 against the LA Chargers, and I'm kind of thinking, I don't know, this could be just thinking out loud, but is Justin Herbert on the menu? Because, like, for whatever reason, man, I'm not anti-Trey Lance. I had a buddy that was a Niners fan, and I was like, dude, I think you guys want Trey Lance. And even though in real life, Trey Lance kind of a little bit underwhelming. Looks like the Niners might be going another year with Jimmy Garoppolo because Trey Lance is falling behind a little bit. In this series, Trey Lance has been, you know, up and down. It seems like he's had some big games in the sim, and obviously at 22 years old with a superstar dev in an incredibly high Madden ceiling. It just needs to be said, for his play style, his rating is so high because he's such a dual threat. But because he does not have escape artists, which is what we talked about in the last episode, like, you just kind of play yourself into disadvantageous positions because his skill set ultimately is hindered because he does not have escape artists. So a lot of fumbles, doesn't really feel like a dual threat, and then you're just kind of left with a quarterback that, can do things short. His accuracy short and medium is pretty damn good. Obviously, looking at all those numbers, but his deep ball is not perfect. And I'm at a spot where, yes, I could still go through the ups and downs, the learning curves of Trey Lance. But if there's ever a way that we can upgrade to, say, Justin Herbert, I definitely would be considering that. Also, we are, as we roll in today's video, the week of Combine. I'm pretty sure this weekend is going to be the Scouting Combine. And draft content will be on the channel. It's going to be behind my Patreon. Shout out to everybody that supports my Patreon page. As it stands right now, every single Patreon from $2 to up to the highest tier gets early access to my draft content. I had almost like a 4,000 report on the quarterbacks. And I was going to start working on the running backs, but then a lot of the running backs, it came down to, and I foresaw this issue for some of these other positions. It came down to me, like, literally just always having a blurb like, well, let's see what they do at the Combine. Let's see. Well, why not just wait a week? And we'll get back into things on the Patreon and obviously here on YouTube just after the Combine, when we have that little additional information. Because especially like skill position, there's always those running backs that's like, man, is he fast? Is he quicker than fast? Does he look faster on tape than he actually is? And then when they actually can put a number on the board at the Combine, they go, oh, he's fast. And that could affect the spots here or there. Or if someone comes in, I think of like Elijah Holyfield coming out of Georgia a couple years ago. Everyone's like, man, this guy could be like a second or third rounder. And then he runs like a 4.7, like runs like an offensive lineman, goes UDFA. So like there are certain positions, as much as people say you got to trust the tape and you can't really look at the Combine. Well, to a certain degree, guys like Orlando Brown Jr., these guys, they're the exception that you can have a bad Combine and still be a pretty damn good player because of everything you put on tape in college. So point being, if you are a subscriber to my Patreon, hopefully you did enjoy my quarterback report. It's brand new. It's different. We threw in like a grading scale and stuff like that. But if you're waiting for other positions, it's going to come after the Combine. And for everyone on YouTube that likes to hear what I like to say, those will start to trickle in after the Combine, but the Patreons will always get it. I would say right now, because there is going to be a rhythm that we get into where I'll start pumping them out. I'm going to say the Patreon will always get them like a couple days in advance before I decide to make a YouTube video about it. So back to the Pink Slips. Week 15, week 16, so it's the second last episode of the regular season of year 2. And we very much want to remain competitive for first place in the AFC South between us and the 7-6 Houston Texans. And even the Colts, man. The Colts can find a way to beat us here today. And look at their team. Their team is stacked. This could blow wide open and be a fight the last couple weeks for the AFC South. Let's take a look at these rosters. The Colts and the Chargers. See which one we want to play. I mean, we are a little bit more familiar with the Colts roster because we've played them a couple times. But I did not think they were that good. You got Quentin Nelson, Jonathan Taylor, Davante Adams, DeForest Buckner, who they traded for from the Niners, Braden Smith, Darius Leonard. I mean, it's a pretty damn good team. Pretty scary looking team. Luckily, the quarterback situation is their Achilles heel. Not a lot of players that John the Page like we're going to be able to upgrade to be honest with you. Because a lot of that top end guys, 90 plus, we're not really... we don't have a lot of guys that can make that jump. You're looking at their roster, like there's no one on our offensive line. Like we can't get, Quentin Nelson. We can't, I don't even think we could. We couldn't get Jonathan Taylor. I don't think I would. I'm not in the market for a running back. Let's look at the Chargers. Are they a little bit more attainable? They got Herbert, who's a 90. So that only had to be like a 3-star performance to get this man. But again, I mean, kind of similar. Like, literally, he's Trey Lance. He's Trey Lance with plus 10 deep accuracy for the most part. And a bigger arm. Like, I don't know, man. I would love Justin Herbert. And it's frustrating because I just feel like Trey Lance would be such a fun quarterback. Do we just go through the growing pains with Trey Lance until we can get the Superstar X Factor so we can get him, if we can get him a Superstar X Factor to get him a escape artist? Like, I'm going to say this. As much as I've said for the last 2 years of Madden that they need to get rid of escape artist. At minimum, make it like a superstar ability. I get it's so overpowered, but it's in franchise mode where it's not like, you know, Ultimate Team or anything like that. Like, just the fact that you could have like a normal dev, like Tyler Huntley should have escape artist kind of deal. Like, even though he's like a 67 over, he's still a dual threat quarterback. He still should have all those extra movement buffs and stuff like that you get with extra. I don't know. I don't want to turn this video into a whatever minute rant. I think I'm going to play the Chargers here. I think that's an interesting roster. Should be an easier victory. They're not going to be as strong as that Colts team is. And also the Colts team's probably a tougher game to win. Looking at all things considered there. 87 overall. So we are going to sim this Colts game. We are going to play Week 16 at the Chargers, even though we probably should be playing this Colts game because of the standings, because of the divisional implications, because of that free extra star that you get from beating a divisional opponent. But I really want to kind of speak into existence potentially upgrading to Justin Herbert, which we can't do against the Colts. So we're going to get through this game, and then we'll hop on the sticks. And Madden was actually good to me today. Let me play the mode, sit front. It's just so weird. I don't know if it's a mod issue. I don't think it is because, I don't know, man. It just seems, because I've had it happen in other things. But we can sit front row and hopefully see a nice victory here over the Colts. Trading opening touchdowns in the first quarter, 7-7. Let's see it, man. This could be a game Trey Lance ends up getting like 3-4 touchdowns and the victory over a team that's a lot better. You know, maybe it could put to rest the potential upgrade looming if we can handle business against the Chargers. Looking solid. I mean, we're hanging in there. We're competitive. I would like to see a couple touchdowns there, but it's going down to the fourth quarter. Trey Lance time. In the red zone, need a touchdown. We have to settle for a field goal to tie this one at 20. Defense gets the stop. 43 seconds to get in scoring range, or this game is going to overtime, and we have the big field goal attempt, but we get the ball first in overtime. Come on. Punch it in. Let's go. Overtime victory. What was that touchdown? Trey Lance, 367 yards, 1 touchdown. That's not amazing. Did he get it in overtime? He had a rushing touchdown as well. Chuba Hubbard had a rushing touchdown. Trey Lance with a tutty. And in overtime, Claypool gets the 6-yard touchdown pass from Trey Lance. You know what? It needs to be said. I'm not gonna, not a lights out performance from Trey Lance, not a untouchable performance from Trey Lance, but I'm gonna say Trey Lance in this sim game, if we don't beat the Chargers, or if we don't beat the Chargers by enough to upgrade to Justin Herbert, silver lining is that every now and again Trey Lance can take over in the sim. So quickly taking a look at the stats. We won the game, and it was a divisional victory, so it is 2 stars from the win. Then when we take a look here at the player stats, wasn't a crazy game, but some stellar games. 367 yards. So Trey Lance going over 300 passing yards, gets a half star. Not much there rushing, but not a bad game from Chuba Hubbard. Kelvin Benjamin, let's go, having a big game. Over 100 yards for him, gives us a half star. Claypool had a decent game. Look, Marvin Jones Jr., new downgrade wide receiver. That's a decent debut for us. Flipping to the defense, we have 2 sacks from Jeffrey Simmons, which is worth a half star. We have an interception from Jabril Cox, middle linebacker that we won not too long ago, which gives us, ultimately, a 4-star performance, which is really good, but unfortunately, because it's simmed, we have to half it, so it's a 2-star performance plus 4 upgrade incoming. All right, so for this plus 4 upgrade, I got baited, man, real hard. I was like, oh, no. We can get Michael Pittman, because Marvin Jones Jr. has plus 2 with, the morale and our coaching staff and stuff, so I was like, oh, yeah, there's the upgrade. And then when I actually looked at it, I was like, oh, man, he's only an 80 overall. I can't get Michael Pittman. which sucks. I like Michael Pittman. I've had him on my fantasy football teams last 2 years. But we do have a nice maximum. Let's maximize our upgrade here by sending them Eddie Goldman, 81 star dev nose tackle in our scheme, 6'3", 320 pounds, 28 years old. And we're going to send him to get Grover Stewart, 85, has a +2 boost, star dev, 28, nose tackle. So it's literally just, getting a slightly better nose tackle, which it's kind of upgrades to just slowly make your team that much better. Now it is time for week 16 to hop on the sticks. Let's take a look at our strategy as we hopefully play ourselves in at least to a situation where we consider Justin Herbert as an upgrade. So looking at their offense, pretty good offense, top 10 offense in the NFL in terms of yards. Not really a dominant way that they do that. So I want to take away with Justin Herbert. Usually when in doubt, take away the short pass. That's how teams kind of want to play this. On the defense, actually pretty underwhelming defense, all things considered. Some of the star talent that they do have, led by Joey Bosa. They're just pretty bad passing it. So yeah, we'll go blitz counter. That way that kind of implies that you're going to be throwing the football here. And hopefully you get through this week of training healthy, and a couple players want to take their game to another level, and we get a couple upgrades here. So let's see. Fingers crossed that we're fully healthy. This is a big matchup for us. And on the offensive side of the ball, fully healthy. Defensively, come on, fully healthy. Come on, fully healthy. And it looks good. Healthy on offense. Healthy on defense. We have a couple players want to get better. Hopefully it's not just bench guys. And unfortunately, it's just bench guys plus Mechie, who is, more of a long-term play for us at wide receiver. If we lose a wide receiver, he'll have to step up. But upgrades are upgrades nonetheless. Let's go take on the Chargers. I also was just perusing my roster. And remember, there was a little bit of discussion. Who should get the captaincy protection, Thibodeaux or Hutchinson? And we were still waiting. Both these guys are hitting. Hutchinson's only star dev. That's a little surprising, given Thibodeaux the superstar. So we made the right call all along by protecting Thibodeaux, as he does have just, that much higher of a ceiling over Aiden Hutchinson. Still excited to have Hutchinson on the team, but that is a disappointing dev trade for him. Oh, let's go. Walks right into the sack. Hutchinson. Let's go. Star dev or not. He's a beast. Come on, let's get that first down. Quick check down to Mike Williams, but it was so long. That's what she said. 4th and 9. Force the punt. Great job, defense. All right, so I think we need a 4-star performance to have a chance to upgrade the QB spot. Minimum. It might be the 5. 4 for sure. So we're going to be maybe a little bit more focused on scoring. You know what I'm saying? If we know a guy's on 1 touchdown, he gets scoring for 2 or something like that, maybe we'll prioritize that. Hopefully that ultimately doesn't mean we're getting too cute with it, because you need to win the game first and foremost, especially with us being this close in the playoff race and in the division. But would really like to have that potential upgrade as an opportunity. There we go. Big catch, Calvin Benjamin. Beautiful. There we go. Easy first. Oh, he got popped by Erwin James, but a great grab by Palmer. He's another guy we need to step up. 3rd and 2. We're going to try to get this with Chuba Hubbard on the ground. Even though we've had a lot of success with Trey Lance, I don't know if we still can reliably trust him every single time. Nice stiff arm there, first down. All right, see if we can get Claypool here. We're probably going to bail out the pocket. Try to avoid Bosa. No. Oh! Good. Great run. Just make sure we don't get hit, because he fumbles almost every time he gets tackled inbounds. Gets blocked up pretty damn well, and Chuba Hubbard untouched up the middle. Gets the opening score of the game for the Grizzlies. Oh, there we go. Alex Singleton. Okay. We do it again. They go with the draw. Runs right into big old Jeff Simmons. And they pretty much just wave the right flag. That's out of field goal range. They punt it away. Not really there. Look, I told you, every time, runs and bounce. It's a fumble. Luckily, it got recovered by Jordan Mailata, former rugby player. Let's go. First down. But again, if Lance had escape artist, wouldn't fumble it for some reason. I don't know what happened there, but we'll broken play turns into a nice scramble from Trey Lance. All right, we got one of my favorite plays in Madden here right before the 2-minute warning. Let's go. Running back. Well, we can't really hit him. It's up and it is good. Would have liked 7 there. Settle for 3. Oh, Jalen Phillips gets there. He pops him. That got thrown up there. Would have loved anyone in that secondary to get a hand on that. Would have been a pick. Easy pick. Hudson destroys the play. Gets his second sack of the game. Since he's found out he has a startup, he's pissed off with that. No! Had to take a shot. Oh, he's gone. He got the wheels. You ain't catching this. This is Canadian track superstar Chuba Hubbard. Gets his second touchdown, Derwin James. That's dirty by Derwin James. 75 yards to the house. Chuba. He's right there with Jonathan Taylor for home run ability at that running back spot. That's dirty as shit from Derwin James, though. He's already in. So that's how you tear a rotator cuff. Oh, there we go. Okay. 3rd and 1. We'll go cover. I was thinking blitz. But you know what? Anytime I've dropped back with Jalen Phillips, which is, that's not good. Good things have happened. But they throw the check down there, pick on Singleton in coverage. 2nd and goal. Let's go, Jeff Simmons. Gotta watch Keenan Allen. They go for the run. Singleton meets him in the hole. Only gives up a yard, and it is now 3rd and goal. This would be a terrific bend don't break. They probably go for it. Oh, great. All right, this confidence is not high right now when you get some shift like that. Herbert saw something. And then it's out of bounds. Great coverage. And what do? They go for the field goal. Okay. Still plenty of football left, I suppose. We got 1 pass attempt. Coach likes this play on 3rd down. It's the only pass he likes. We're probably going to bail the pocket, hopefully at Palmer or Kelvin in the middle of the field. We're just going to take off. Make sure we don't get tackled. Trey Lance getting pretty close to Pink Slips scoring. 19 more yards. He gets a half star for rushing for 100 today. Oh, Chuba's tired. Chuba's tired, and when you got Derwin James throwing lumber like that, that is a healthy combination to get some fumbles. Okay, we got 1st and 10. We're going pass. We got Damian Pierce, the rookie of Florida, in the backfield. Must have showed something in practice this week that he can run this play. All right. Luckily, that was just not good. Kind of going back to the same style of play here. Don't know what Doug sees, but he wants to try it again. I mean, we get a couple yards. All right, looks like we're going spacing. All right. Don't like this play at all. What? Look at that. Is that Marvin Jones? Who? Marvin Jones? Who? It is. There we go. Gets his 9th touchdown of the year. Had 8 with his previous team. I think it was Dallas, right? All righty. Good call, Doug. We go Jeff Simmons. Beautiful. Oh, what a grab! Duke Shelley! I think that's user pick as well. Duke Shelley jumps it. That's actually a beautiful pass. That's a beautiful pass from Trey Lance. Full kudos to him. And we'll just punch it right in there with old Chuba Hubbard, man. We might get that 4-star. Oh, there we go. Jalen Phillips gets home. Gets his sack. 15th of the year, baby. Oh, wow. That was just a terrible play. If Williams gets a touchdown here, this might be 5-star territory. Pick 6, Marcus Williams. Good, too, because he's been one of the lone guys on defense. That's morale's been affecting his rating. I think he's literally the only guy on defense that had, like, the red -1. Hopefully that helps his confidence up. Oh, my God. This is like one of those games where you're like, do we really want to upgrade? Ben St. Juste jumps it. Could have been a pick. Herbert showed good effort there. But we're going to have a tough decision. Luckily, it's the episode 2, so you guys are going to be able to decide. But what a game here from the defense. Here's actually, for Pig scoring, we need 1 more yard. Chuba Hubbard's on 199. I don't know what we're dealing with, but there we go. We got that 1 extra yard. 204 yards. 3 touchdowns for Chuba Hubbard. As we go 2-0 in the episode, Vancouver Grizzlies meaning business late in season, trying to make this playoff run. That's a hell of a victory. So take a look at the scoring here. We won the game, and we won by 21. So right off the bat, that is 2 stars. We have the turnover battle, which is worth a half-star. Looking at our player stats here, we had 200 yards rushing for Chuba Hubbard, which is worth 1 full star. 3 rushing touchdowns for Chuba Hubbard, which is a half-star. So 1.5-star scoring from Chuba himself. Not much from the receivers. Claypool had a big-time gainer there. But flipping to the defensive side, these guys were excellent today. 2 sacks for Aiden Hutchinson is a half-star. 3 total interceptions, each worth a half-star. Gives us 1.5 stars from our picks. And Marcus Williams had a 40-yard pick 6. A defensive touchdown is worth 1 star. So that's 2.5, 3.5, 4, 5.5, 6, 7-star performance. Break out the wheel. This is going to be a big upgrade. Quick fall from the game. Couple DBs had a strong performance. I like seeing that. Gets the upgrades. Rocky Sin goes up +2 overall. Like seeing a boost like that. Duke Shelley, pick of the game in my opinion. Hell yeah, that was a user. Just barely a user pick, but still counts. All right, so we got the spinny wheel here. Going with these 4 options. Classic 4 options for Pink Slips. We have the dev increase, which is self-explanatory. Get that, go up dev trait +20. So it doubles what we earned by beating the Chargers. We have +10 any team, so we can apply this +10 upgrade that we earned against the Chargers and basically just get the best +10 upgrade that exists possible in the NFL. And then we have the Monstars, which is a little bit more difficult, but if we roll that, essentially, we get to pick 1 attribute from a player on the Chargers, be it speed, strength, throw power, acceleration, carrying, trucking, whatever. And we can apply it to 1 player on our team at the same position. So a lot of interesting options. Let's let it roll. I think something that could be interesting is we get the dev increase. Maybe we make Trey Lance an X factor. And there it is. I mean, that's on the board there. Dev trade increase. We can make Trey Lance an X factor. And we can, but also, we can pocket that dev increase and upgrade Trey Lance to Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is on a superstar. We could therefore make Herbert an X factor quarterback. A lot of things to consider, but we will hold off on using our dev increase until we figure out, like that was something that's also going to be included for you guys in the comment section below to decide what we do. Alrighty, so looking at our upgrades, I have 5 that we could take a look at. Plus, remember, we have the dev trait increase. So as always, what I'm about to say will just be also pinned in the comment section below, so you guys can vote away and figure out what direction we should go with this big time late season upgrade that we got from beating the Chargers. So we'll start from the back end and really work our way forward. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit of an ass man myself, so start on the back end. That's where we do it. And we start with Derwin James. 94 superstar. I'm classifying safeties as safeties. So we could take our free safety, Marcus Williams. It would be +6 to upgrade from Marcus Williams to bring in Derwin James. Plus, with Derwin James, with that superstar, we have the option to use the increase on him and add an X factor back there in the secondary. We can look here at corner at Asante Samuel Jr. He is an 84 star dev corner. It would cost us +2 to upgrade Rock Yassin to Asante Samuel Jr. So we get a younger corner, same dev trait, and he's 2 overall points better. Plus, he's freaking Asante Samuel Jr. As a Philadelphia Eagle fan, Asante Samuel was probably like our last best ball hawk corner. Darius Slay's an absolute beast, but not exactly a ball hawk, at least to the degree that Asante Samuel was. So that'd be awesome to bring in him, and that's only a +2. We have at pass rush, Joey Bosa. He is 95 with an X factor. It would cost +9, and Jalen Phillips, our breakout star, but we could upgrade Jalen Phillips, and he is a superstar dev, so we could flip him for Joey Bosa. Now, Jalen Phillips, I like it. It's working. He's probably only a matter of time to his X factor anyways, but I still thought it was worth mentioning that Joey Bosa is potentially on board, even though in my opinion it would be probably my least favorite option, and that's saying something considering it's Joey Bosa. He's an absolute monster. We have 2 options to finish this out on the offensive side. First up at wide receiver, there's no way we can get Keenan Allen, but we can take a look here at Mike Williams. He is an 89 superstar, and it would be a +8, and sending over Marvin Jones Jr. to get Mike Williams. So it would cost a lot of our +10, but it's still an upgrade that we could bring in one of the better jump balls type wide receiver, possession outside guy in the NFL. And the last option is, of course, the aforementioned Justin Herbert. 90 superstar dev quarterback. It would cost us +7 of our 10 and Trey Lance to get Justin Herbert. And then much like, we could keep Trey Lance, we could give him the X factor, or we could flip for Justin Herbert and give Justin Herbert the X factor. So plenty of options for you guys to consider. Really, all these ones outside of the Bosa, you can combine Asante Samuel and Rock Yassin. Like that one there should be copy and paste, like for sure, in your guys' suggestions. But we could do Asante Samuel and Justin Herbert. We could do Asante Samuel and Mike Williams. We could do Asante Samuel and Derwin James. It's all about what you guys want to see. And we also have a dev trade increase. That, hey, if you don't want to involve any of these players that are in this trade for the dev trade, maybe you want to focus on someone that's actually on the team, feel free to suggest that also, because we got a couple guys that are chilling at superstar, and they would be fantastic X factors. Again, Trey Lance, if you don't want to do that flip. We have Chuba Hubbard that we can make an X factor. We can make Claypool a superstar, which could be cool. On the defensive side, you could get Phillips as an X factor. You could get Thibodeau as an X factor, Justin Simmons as an X factor. Maybe give Hutchinson his right as a superstar, like finally, bump that up a little bit. Javon Holland could go up to a superstar. So there's really no wrong answer that you guys could say, but feel free to let me know in the comment section below so I know what direction we should go ahead of the final episode of the regular season, which will be dropping for you guys in, probably a day or so. So that is all for today's video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you comment your suggestions in the section below. Also, everything I just said will be pinned in the comments. And I'll see you guys back for the next one. Thanks for watching, and peace out.